So you're saying I have to call you like 15 times for you to answer the phone? What, you on a plane, the bus? Where you at? What's going on?
Where's Alex Penn? Where you going? Where you at, my dude? Took me 45 minutes to get a hold of you, but you speaking, so my ear been glued. Boy, speak your truth. Where's Alex Penn?
Liz.
What's up? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm happy you got on brown.
Starstruck. I'm starstruck. This is Alex Penn.
Actually, it's Liz Summers, because let's not act like your music don't be hitting.
That's cute. I appreciate that.
Let's not act. Oh, speaking of music, did y'all know Liz did the intro?
Ooh.
Oh, by
That
herself.
is me.
That is her.
That is me. It's Kandice in the beginning, though. I gotta cut
true.
her check, you know?
We do. We want to make money off of that song. We're going to put it on streaming platforms one day. One day, maybe.
The full version.
The
you
full
singing.
version. I know. Maybe I could do the hook or something. Where is myself? You know, but Liz, shout out to the Brown. Happy Black History Month.
Yes, of course. Oh my gosh, day one.
Day one of being a nigga. Oh,
I love that.
Deserves.
Oh, we do. We do.
We do deserve. Thank you. Liz bought me this for Christmas. I mean, for my birthday. Liz bought me this for my birthday.
And they're very close. Very close.
They are right around the corner from me. But I'm grateful for you to be here.
Yes, I'm grateful to be here.
We literally made it to another month.
January was so long and so much was happening.
This is funny because I have a nice game for us. Speaking of January, a nice game for us to play. It's called The Hot Seat.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Oh, okay.
Where our guest, who is you today, the audience gets to know who you are just a little bit. We're going to be up in your business, but not up in your business, just a tinch. We want to get to know you a little bit better.
My tush is warm.
Which is why it's got the fucking hot seat. All right. Question number 1.
Okay.
If aliens landed and you had to explain Earth to them in 30 seconds, what would you say? And I will start the timer soon. And
these niggas get up. No, I'm just kidding. It sucks. No.
And 3, 2, 1. Here's your 30 seconds.
I would say it's beautiful here, but it's also crazy. And anything that you can fathom is probably what's happening. And you can really do whatever the fuck you want, but you never know what situation you're going to be in. And also, everyone that you see has their own thoughts and their own feelings and their own lives and their own perspectives. And that's kind of crazy to me. So I would have to explain that.
Beep, boop, beep.
And don't get the Cybertruck. It's probably gonna blow up. Don't do it.
Oh, they would go for that Cybertruck too.
They would. They really would.
That's good. I like that explanation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next question.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick a theme song that played every time you walked in a room, what would it be?
You know that one song? I fuck with myself more than anybody else. I don't remember who that's by. Banks or something.
We're going to pretend I do know it. And
okay,
I'll put it on the screen for the people who
okay,
don't know it too.
You're gonna listen and be like, "Ooh, okay." That's always the one.
Okay. If your life was a sitcom, what would be the title?
Oh, trying to make it.
Yes.
Whether it's through life, whether it's trying to make that money, whether it's trying to make it big, whatever we're making, we're trying to make it. You know.
I know we are. You. Oh my God. Okay. I'm getting beside myself. I already know some things I want to say. Next question. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
I am very afraid of birds. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
A horse-sized duck is terrible. So an ostrich.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're talking an ostrich damn near.
Yeah.
Ostriches should not exist and they really, really scare me. So I'm going to say the 100 horses that are ducks. Wait, what are they?
100 horse-sized ducks.
Horse-sized ducks. Or
duck-sized horses. Duck-sized
horses. That's the one. 100 little
That's
horses.
scary.
That'd be kind of cute. I'll be like, okay, don't kick me.
They're gonna
And then I
trample
would
your
run.
ass.
Oh, you're right. They could run. I'm still choosing that one. I don't know. The
Yeah.
bird is just, they freak me out.
The
The
big
sound
bird
of
is
the
scary.
wings, you imagine the sound of their wings because ducks can fly. So
Right.
that's a plane in the air. So,
Bring up planes.
hmm.
All right. So the little horses are gonna beat your ass. Last question. Surrounded, influenced by today's topic, influenced. If you could be one cocktail, what would you be?
I would say a white Russian for sure. A little sweet, low end of the night, little light skin drink,
When I think about you, I do see White Russian though. So I'm
That's what
not
I'm
gonna lie. I'm
saying.
not gonna
That's what I'm
lie.
saying. It's
You
all
used to
sweet
stay
and
making it.
delicious. I know. I know. You get one bottle of Kahlua and you're good for like all month, 2 months.
Okay, White
It's
Russian.
a good one.
Thank you for joining us in the hot seat, Liz. I hope your tushy is not on fire.
We're good. We're good. It's feeling
Okay.
great.
Can we see? No, I'm just
Oh.
kidding. All right, everyone. Today's topic of discussion is dry January.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Mm-hmm.
February fucking 1st, which means dry January has commenced. I
It
was a
has.
participant. Liz was a participant.
I was.
Let's get us. Did you complete it?
Yes. So I had one cheat day where I had just one beer,
Okay.
Oh, I forgot
Okay.
what I was doing. I was doing something that I was like, I could drink a beer right now. But
Uh-huh.
otherwise, I did the whole thing, It wasn't that hard, to be honest. Like,
Okay.
we've been trying to cut down drinking anyway.
Mhm.
And, I just feel like alcohol really just like hits my body. So
Is
it was
right.
kind of easy for me to make the decision to do it.
Oh.
And then it was like almost easy to do it as well. And I kind of want to extend it. Somebody at work was saying that they had not had not drank all of 2024. And I'm like, that's pretty insane.
That's too
And that's
low.
something that I want to achieve. So I'm just going to keep
Really?
going until I cannot any longer,
Until you
which will
black
probably
out?
be like July 4th or my birthday or
Yeah.
summertime of some sort. But we're
Mhm.
going to at least dry misty Q1,
Yeah,
dry
yeah, yeah.
Q1, see what's going on.
I like Misty.
That's what I'm saying.
A
I like
Misty
that. I'm like,
Q1.
because I'm like, I kind of want to go out. I kind of want to like have just one drink, a little gin and lemonade, a little
Yeah.
champagne, Who
Champagne.
knows? Mm-hmm.
All right. I too made it. I made it
Yeah,
all
did
31
you?
days. Yes. And if anybody follows me on Instagram, they know I be drinking. Like I feel like I have a reputation of being an alcohol connoisseur. It's just kind of
Mm.
like I can rely on Alex to be like, you down for a drink, you down for a good time. And
Shots.
shots, exactly. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna do dry January because I'm an alcoholic adjacent motherfucker. I was.
Mm.
It was like I wasn't like waking up thinking about alcohol every day, but I was like, once Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday came around, I was like, oh, that means party.
Mm.
That means alcoholic beverage.
Mm. But I don't know that the alcohol was driving you as much as the good time was driving you. Would you agree or disagree?
I would. That's tough because I feel like
Mm.
they're almost what the fuck is the word that synonyms? Good time
Yeah.
equals alcohol. Alcohol equals good time. So it's
Mm.
like they both were a driving force for me because I was, and you know what, people be trying to people be sleeping on alcohol being like an escapism through
Yeah,
alcohol.
for sure. Yeah.
That was me. That was me last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. So it was like, oh, I am having a good time. What's also funny?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't having a good time, but I wanted to drink. Like when I would go to
Oh,
the bars, I'm like, this isn't that fun, but I am here, so therefore I want to drink just to avoid certain feelings. Not avoid, but like, you know what I mean? Just like let loose. But
yeah.
literally, it was doing the opposite. I think alcohol is
Mm-hmm.
a depressant, and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like you depression. Like it felt like it was tapping me on the shoulder when I was getting drunk all the time, and I was
Oh, yeah.
sometimes I would have to leave, like, I gotta go, y'all, because I was just so in my
Exactly.
head. And pretty much I got tired of living like that. I got tired. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a break.
Hmm.
You mentioned it was easy for you.
Hmm.
How easy?
Well, I feel like I was not I haven't been going out as much, you know. I feel like after college I was like, okay, let me kind of like settle down, get my stuff together just because like at the end of college 2019, you know, coming back home and stuff, I was not alcohol adjacent. I would not say that, but
Mhm.
you know, I was definitely drinking more than I needed to. We
Yeah.
were drinking more than we needed to.
Yeah.
We were drinking a lot. So I think I kind of came back and then I like lived alone for a while, you know.
Yeah.
I partied a little bit then and then, you know, once it got to probably 2022, I was like, this is depressing me too much, you know,
Yeah.
because alcohol has brought me to some not dark times necessarily, but just like sad times where I'm like really in my feelings and I just
Mhm.
wanted to get out of that state, you know, because something I didn't know about myself was I feel like I was living with like anxiety, depression, like all
Facts.
through college, all through teenage years. And then once I was like, let me be hyper aware of like how I'm feeling. And, you know, I know that I don't feel good. So let me put in the work to feel better, you
Yeah.
know? So now I feel like I just kind of like, we either like make some cocktails at home if we're trying to try something different,
Mhm.
or, you know, if we go out, I'll have a couple of drinks, unless it's something crazy. But otherwise, you know, otherwise, I really try not to like go out and overindulge. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not going to clubs at night and partying really.
That's true.
So I think it's a little bit different just. But if I was in your city, I probably would be, you know, or if I had like friends that were on that nightlife, then I
Yeah.
would probably be doing that, you know?
That's true.
Hmm.
That's fair. There was something that you said. Oh shit, yes. Um, Liz, you have this song that came out a few years ago.
Hmm.
And in that second verse, oh my God, it's literally my favorite. I don't want to misquote it, but I think it goes like shaking the drink and the blunt still burning.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
A year
Um,
ago, that
um,
was concerning. And
yeah,
I'd be
exactly.
like, oh my God. When I say that, that hit me a lot last year. And I even sent you a couple of screenshots of me playing the song because I was like,
Yeah.
it was a concern. So I'm gonna put the song up here on the screen too. But
Hmm.
I keep saying on here, but I meant on here because that's in between us. um, it gets to a point where it's a motherfucking concern,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
it exceeds just having a good time because it's like
Hmm.
how much how much more aware do I need to be of myself?
Hmm.
So I don't know who invented dry January, but thank you because it gave me almost an excuse to be like, I'm gonna participate in this social general thing because the rest of the world is doing it, but I also know I need to
Yep.
do it for myself.
And I know it was huge on social media, and
Mhm.
especially in the Black community. I feel like all of
Mhm.
us were really, you know, and on our side of politics type of deal. I feel like a lot of us were like, shit is too crazy for us to be just getting drunk and thinking that, you know, all is good. Like, we've got to be very aware of what's happening every single day. So,
Agreed.
I can't wake up hungover and wasting a day necessarily, you know. And that was for me. The hangovers was like I cannot spend a whole day feeling like absolute trash, you know. The way it was like affecting my stomach, my brain, I was like I can't go to work the next day like and be on my stuff. And that's a big thing for me.
True.
That's probably where it shifted for me too because I was like let me get out of the serving industry and let me get
Mhm.
into what I actually want to be doing. So working at a radio station
Yeah.
and I was like still drinking a little bit, going to work a little hungover and I was like I can't do this. And once I got into tech sales and like doing what I'm doing now, I actually really love my job. So I was like, let me drop the things that I don't need and really
Mhm.
focus on, you know, focus on the earnings, as the song says, you know.
Yes.
I did tell the story right there. So go back, go ahead and listen.
Please listen to that shit. That's my fucking song. I don't care
Thank
what nobody
you.
say. Like, I don't know what line I would get tatted, but just know I'm gonna pop up with a line. I'm so serious because I'm like, did she write this for me? Like, I don't know. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I did give you a shout out on there too.
Did you? What part? I mean, I just can't think
Yeah.
of it right now.
Damn, I'm like, where are these lyrics? Because I'm writing a different song and I'm like, that's all I can think about right now. Oh.
I think you said it's. No, I don't want to misquote because I don't want to fuck up the
Change
lyric.
don't come soon. Where's my son to? I've been fucking eating. Um, that's the second verse. Air the shit out. We ain't fucking hotboxing. Nigga, we too old for that. But I've been out job hopping, phone slinging, table turning. That's the second verse that you were
Uh-huh.
talking about.
Yeah, I think
What the hell is the
I think
first
I'm in
one?
the first verse
Yeah.
where
Oh,
you're just
take what
like,
you earn. Take what you earn. Shouts to the bestie. That's what I said. Play on that Maryland's way of saying earn too.
yeah. You
Had to
know,
do it.
I felt seen. I used to be like,
I
that's me, you know.
literally.
I love
Man,
a
I
good
don't know where
threesome.
those songs come from. They just come out and I'm like, who wrote that?
I live.
I
That's
know.
kind of how I feel about poetry now too. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh, I, oh, stay tuned for the end of this episode, and I will perform a beautiful poem in one
Yeah.
of my new segments called "Oh Snap." So look out for
Your
that.
poetry's been amazing. Like
I'm gagged.
really, really amazing. Like as if you've been writing for 10 years type of thing.
It's always been up here. You know, I have like you and
Yeah.
Amuche to thank for kind of always getting me in my creative bag, and Lanky too, kind of keeping me there always.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for you.
Hmm.
But back to dry January because I was like Misty quarter one. Back to dry January. All right. Do you plan? I know you just said you don't. You plan on continuing it, but if you were like, all right, I'm done. What's the first drink that you would have, like right now today?
Oh, right now, I'm not gonna lie, we had some coffee already with like some Kahlua and Bailey's. So we went to the coffee shop, haven't picked it up. I was like, I'll sip some of this. So
Okay,
I had a little bit of that, but
sounds
let's
good.
pretend I didn't.
Okay,
And let's say what drink would I go for? Um, hmm, probably something. I always like gin. Gin is always good. That orange, what's that one gin? The Tanqueray
okay, yeah,
orange. That one's always good. I always like a little bubbly, some seltzer in there with a little orange or a little lime. So I usually go for like lighter drinks like that where it's just really
so
some liquor, some bubbles, and some fruit. It's usually how I go.
okay. I'm living.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Or
uh,
dirty martinis. I've really been on the extra dirty. Put all that olive juice. It should be green. I love it. It's so good. So nice and cold. Yeah, that's the one. Let's say the dirty martini. Extra dirty. Fucking
interesting.
filthy. Drag it on the floor.
You dirty foot bitch. That's how I think of fucking dirty martinis. I hate olives. I'm just like, ew.
Really?
Yeah, I think for me, it's February 1st. I think I'm gonna have some Hennessy. I
Oh,
think I'm
you're
gonna
not
go.
wrong.
It's my good friend's birthday tonight, so we're gonna go out and celebrate. He's having
Oh,
a
you're
whole
drinking the
party.
Henny.
I'm getting
Hmm.
the Henny. I am getting the Henny. And honestly, since we went to New York last year, Henny has been my drink.
Oh.
Oh my God, I don't know what it is, but it feels like good times, and I guess it just feels like old times, nostalgia. And now it's like
Hmm.
tied to you all who came for me and Heaven's birthday for New York. So it's just like
Yeah.
I get like two moments, college and last Halloween. So yeah, it's gonna be Henny for me tonight.
Agree. Henny is always so good because you can really. Henny is one of the only drinks that I will just put on some ice
Yeah,
and sip it like that. And it's almost better that way than mixing it with anything else.
agreed. Agreed.
Except Hypnotic and making that Incredible Hulk, because
Should I get
that's
that
too good.
tonight?
Yes, if you
I'm
can get
getting it
that
tonight.
tonight. Hmm.
I'm getting
And
it. I'm
you
bringing
just
it.
make the drinks little small ones and pass them out.
I'm
It's a
getting
good
it.
one. Hmm.
I'm doing it. It's
You should.
settled. So by the time you listen to this podcast, a week prior, you should have seen me drinking Hypnotic to the
You're gonna be like, I remember that. I remember that
right. He
night. Can't
did
believe he
have that.
recorded that
Yeah.
day.
Right. Um, this is kind of similar to what you kind of just said. If you could create your own non-alcoholic beverage, what would it be and why?
Mm.
A lot of
A
options.
non-alcoholic. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
If I could create my own non-alcoholic beverage.
Taste everything.
Oh.
Influence from other drinks. Ooh.
Hmm. Hmm. I feel like I would have to have a play on my last name, Summers, of course.
Okay.
Um, I would make a little summertime sadness drink just for fun.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it would be a blue drink,
Okay.
but not with the blue carousel, because
Okay.
that's a little too, that's a little too syrupy and stuff. So
Right.
something else that would make it blue, like some sort of like blueberry mix with
Hmm.
fresh blueberries. So always
Oh,
fresh fruit.
fresh fruit.
I would put a
Yes.
little bit of lemonade in there. I would
Yes.
put, I'd probably make that one with vodka.
Hmm.
Definitely Tito's,
Hmm.
nothing lower than Tito's. Can't do it. That's how
Okay.
you get hungover. And a little bit of bubbles in there, so definitely some seltzer.
Okay.
So little blueberry lemonade, vodka with some seltzer, the adult version of the UV blue and lemonade, pretty much.
You just took me to 17-year-old me freshman year. UV blue. I don't even think I can't even acknowledge that in the liquor stores no more. Because I'm just like, who's even looking for that? Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Oh, never
you,
mind. I don't know if you said exactly just mouthed it or
oh, I did.
I think for me, okay, two things. Not two things, but I was obsessed with espresso martinis
Oh yeah.
for like last fall. So I
Hmm.
think my drink would have to be some sort of coffee, something, but like I don't know what I would want it to take. I love toffee too.
Oh
Maybe like a
yeah.
toffee coffee. I don't know what alcohol I would necessarily put into it. Probably
Mm.
some Henny. Some fucking
For
Henny.
real though.
But if you don't want the Henny for non-alcoholic, you just got to get like some toffee flavor and a coffee. Ooh, but you know what we were just talking about the other day? That
Mm.
lavender coffee, like a lavender
Oh,
iced coffee
with the oat milk. With
with
the
the
oat milk.
fucking oat milk. No alcohol because you're just gonna feel great.
Oat milk with the coffee is something that I never found. And once I found it, I
Me too.
never, ever, ever put milk in the coffee anymore.
Never, never. I used to do
Nothing else.
almond. I used to do almond
Oh,
milk, and I was like, "Who is this?
yeah,
Shit just tastes
that's
like almond milk."
water. Yeah.
It's pissed off. But now I can't go back after I've discovered the oat.
Not at all. Not at all. It's like creamy and delicious. Gives you just what
Mhm.
you need?
Agreed. All right. I have another question for you. Ooh, this
Okay.
is this is kind of interesting. I'll share mine and then you share yours.
Okay.
The question is, now I can't find the question. What's the weirdest or funniest comment you've gotten from people when they find out you're doing dry January? Like I said, for myself, everyone expects me to be this good time. It's like a weird expectation that I feel like I've created for myself. Maybe niggas don't even be thinking that, but I think they think that. So
Hmm.
once like December 30th came around, December 31st, I was like, all right, y'all, I am gonna go sober next month. And I think I have a line in my poem called Shots that
Yep.
goes like, my agreement to going sober is met with laughter, disappointment, and like some other word that like people are like, oh no, you're not gonna do that.
Hmm.
I wouldn't even know who you were if you were gonna go sober. So I think denial, that was one of the words. And
Mm.
people all throughout the month, they'd be like, "What do you mean you're not coming out?" Because I didn't. I think I went out like to the bar and stuff maybe once or twice,
Hmm.
and not drink. And they'd be like, "Just stop pretending." And I'd be like, "What do you mean? Like you want this Long Island?" And I'm like, "I do want the Long Island, but I don't at the same time." So that was
Yep.
something for me that it's not necessarily funny or embarrassing, but it's just kind of like that's the weirdest thing, like people thinking that I'm doing it, like I don't want to be doing it. I'm like, if
Okay.
I don't want to be doing it, I wouldn't be doing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
in the denial, like you ain't gonna make it. So it feels good
Because
to actually have made it.
because what else are you doing it for, other than like
I
you trying to like reach a goal? You know?
don't know, or people thought I was pretending.
Okay.
That's something
Okay.
too. They were like,
Okay.
you have not been like I went out maybe last weekend or something. They were like, I know what's in that cup. Don't play. I'm like, it is literally water with lemon. And they're like, that just doesn't sound like you. Like people are literally thinking I'm not doing it. But I showed you whores.
How does that make you feel for them to think that?
I think, let me rewind a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Last summer, which influenced when I wrote the poem, like a little bit later in the summertime or the fall, there was a couple of things. One of my friends in my friend group called me the director of alcohol consumption.
Oh.
And while it was a joke, I know the joke is stemming from how I'm being perceived.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was this one point where I was going to me and my friends were going to get like Letterman jackets. Um, just for like fun. We're not going to do that because that shit is expensive, but maybe we
Yeah,
will
it
one
really
day.
is.
But we were like coming up with nicknames and shit. And they were like, all right, Alex, you're going to be the Alki. And I was like, the Alki? I'm literally not an alky though. Like, what do you mean? I just drink a lot. But I think I was in denial.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm just a regular person drinking the same amount as anybody else.
Mm.
But until I took this break, I think I sent you that a voice note where it was like, you saved 5,000 calories and like
Yes.
$400, this month or whatever the case was in 2.5 weeks based on how much you drink. And I was like,
Was on the floor.
so you're telling me I was consuming like 10,000 calories a month on alcohol? Not even including the food that you eat after you're already fucked up.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was giving into the alcohol too much.
Mm-hmm.
So, which then in turn influenced me to participate in this dry January. But then when I was hearing them say those things kind of throughout the month of January, I was like, look, I am migrating away from that. So like, I want people, when they think of me, they say, Aaron the writer, Aaron the podcast host, Aaron the comedian, not Aaron the alky. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that almost was inspiring me to keep going. And similar to what you said, I'm after tonight or maybe this weekend, I'm going to go back to having like a dry February-ish or like that misty quarter 1. I like that shit. So I
Right.
don't see me going back to drinking like, like every fucking weekend.
It's hard because you like kind of don't even notice. Why'd you look
Did
like
you hear
that?
that? Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, it's my fridge.
Okay. I was like, someone came in. Oh shit, I lost what I was gonna say.
You
What did
said
you
you
say?
don't even notice that.
Oh yeah, you don't even notice like how much you're drinking when you just go out and you're like, because when you first get there, oftentimes when you go out, you're having one, maybe two drinks before you even go to the bar,
Mhm.
oftentimes. And then once you get to the bar, of course you're having that first one.
I
And then
know.
after that, it just kind of is like people are just buying drinks and passing them to you, and
They are.
especially shots. Shots are the ones that be getting you and you're like, oh, I didn't know I had four shots tonight. Like,
Right.
that's insane. Four shots and three drinks, and
I
now I'm at
know.
seven
I
drinks,
know.
7 shots of alcohol. That's crazy.
And it seems so regular too.
Literally.
I'm like, what else was I supposed to do? Not drink?
For real. When everybody else is, you're like, somebody else bought me this shot. Like, I
I
can't
know.
be rude.
And I won't pass me that fucking drink. And I was buying a lot of people drinks too, spending mad money. I'm
The
talking like
money
hundreds.
too. Oh, the money. That's one of the things too that I was like, I can't spend the money on alcohol anymore. Like
Yeah.
going out, especially right now, like things are very, very expensive right now. So it's like you go out, you're definitely spending over $100. Like just
Mm-hmm.
in the night, that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And then you
Mm-hmm.
like accidentally spend $50 at the pizza shop. Like, you're like, oh, 175.
Right.
Oh, it's like,
No, literally. And
mhm.
and and I can't afford it no more. I can't afford it no more. I want to
Multiple
do
nights
other
a
shit
week
with my
too.
shit.
Hmm.
What was that thing you said?
I said multiple times a week too. That's just one night.
I know. It was given 3 nights a week for me
Yeah,
on
it's tough.
average. On
And
average.
you're in a bigger city too, so
Yeah.
those prices
Yeah. It's
they
given
be
twenty
adding
dollars
up.
per shot. It's given
Ooh,
20 per shot. Like
because I was
maybe
like
it'll be double.
teens, teens
Mm.
per shot for sure.
No, we're at
Possibly.
the 20 mark up here.
It's devastating.
But main question, did you tell people you were participating in Dry January?
Um, Not too much. I mean, I don't think I talked about it too much just
Mhm.
because, I feel like I haven't I haven't been drinking that often lately anyway, and there's no one really like checking on me, type of
Mhm.
deal, checking on my alcohol consumption.
True.
And two, I feel like no, I lost it. I'm gonna keep losing it. I swear, in the morning when I first woke up, I was a little tired today, and I was like, "This is gonna affect my brain for this podcast. I'm gonna be talking and forgetting everything, and here I am."
Are
So
you drunk? No, I'm just
a
kidding.
little, a little. I did have that drink.
Okay.
Oh, and oh no, no, I lost it still. Sorry.
Okay. As you were saying, Liz, or shall I move on to the next question?
You can repeat the question. Let's see.
I forgot it.
Oh no, me too.
Oh, you. Oh, wait, no. Did I already ask that? I think I said, did you tell people you were participating in Dry January?
Oh yes, okay. And then I had said nobody's really checking on me,
Yes,
and
yes.
yeah, there's just I feel like there's not usually it would have been like my mom or something, but
Mm-hmm.
then I would always feel so guilty and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And also I feel like I didn't want any sort of like judgment or pushback
True.
or kind of what you're saying. I'm like, this is just kind of for me. It's not, and oftentimes I feel like I would tell people I was doing something like this because I would want a reaction of like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's so great." Like,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like I didn't need that this time. I was like, this is
Nice.
just for me. Like, I'm just doing this.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Feel that. I feel that. I feel like I mean, because you kind of were already on that journey prior to literally participating in Dry January. I feel
Hmm.
like I was on like the opposite end. I was like, somebody hold me accountable. Like everybody and their mother had to know I was participating because if it was just kind of inside, I'd be like, no one knows.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
me and that Long Island would have been married in the bathroom somewhere.
I mean, put me. I always talk about. I'm like, alcohol is easy, but talk about smoking. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, nobody watch me. 'Cause-
That is so crazy because I remember being like, I'm gonna smoke till I'm in the grave. you know? And now it's been
it's
like
on.
3 years.
It's insane to me that you don't smoke. Like I
Yeah.
forget. Sometimes I'm like smoking and I'm like, Aaron, I love this. This is so funny. And I still send it to you, but I'm like, oh yeah, you're not smoking. That's crazy.
I look at it and smile like, what if I did
I
this?
remember those days.
Right. Get sad. I do like miss kind of like the feeling of rolling up though. I will say that. Like I don't know what it
Hmm.
is about rolling. I'm like, ooh, and then hearing the sparks, I do miss that type of shit, but I don't really miss the feeling, which is good, which is good.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like once you like don't like it, or were you getting like anxiety, or what made you stop?
Yes. So you guys, the second episode right after this, I kind of talk about my journey to stop smoking, or I kind of mention it in the midst of everything. But literally what you said, I had developed kind of like generalized anxiety, and the weed was not helping me. It was literally making it worse almost.
Hmm.
So I was like, and I was kind of sick too. I don't know about you, but when you get sick, you kind of like smoke less because you're like, this isn't helping all the way, or like I don't
Oh
feel
yeah.
as like, yeah, when I'm
Hmm.
smoking. So I was like, let me take a little break. And then I was like, what if I just didn't go back? And then I never went back.
Wow. And that's what I'm hoping with the journey of alcohol.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Even I'm already still kind of considering like, what if I didn't drink that Henny and Hypnotic tonight? Like, what if I did it? What if I did it?
Oh,
But I
what if
want
you
to
didn't?
though. I know. I'm literally still on the fence. I'm on the fence. Cause I'm like, I know I won't go back to where I was, but there's something in me that's been like unlocked where it's like I don't even need to be this drunk person in order to have fun, in order for me to feel accepted within my friendships. If anything, alcohol was more like a distraction
Hmm.
from me accomplishing the shit that I wanted to do. Like, who knew it was going to take me going sober to bring back the podcast? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like, who
wow.
knew it was going to take me being sober to like really put more energy into my coaching business? So like I feel like I was drinking a lot too. I was like, because I don't know who I'll be if I don't drink.
Oh.
So now I'm like, I've unlocked or discovered this version of myself where it's like, if I don't drink, it feels almost better. But I think the old me is still kind of like pulling me in, where it's like, but you can still have fun if you do drink. So I don't know. I don't know. I think I still will drink tonight, but it's not as black and white as, a dry January, so there's that. There's that.
I feel like alcohol definitely like makes a lasting impression. So,
Yes.
you know, you could drink like one weekend. I feel like when I drink
Right.
one weekend and I drink a little bit too much, that sticks with me until, if I drink Saturday, it sticks with me until Wednesday, Thursday,
Facts.
before my mind is clear, before my body feels better, you know.
Facts. 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 And when you mentioned that being hungover, I feel like you got the worst hangovers I know of anyone in life. I don't know what it is, but you be down and out.
I
You
at
be down and
least
out.
was. I at least was from like 2019 until like very recently, probably like because every time I was drinking, I was like, this hurts me. And I
Right.
really was like, can I not process something? Like, what's happening? Like, why am I getting so hungover? I really still don't even know why I was getting so hungover, but and even drinking now, like I, kind of back in probably by Christmas time or something, we went out with some of Heaven's old friends from like high school and stuff,
Mhm.
and we drank a lot that night. I woke up the next day and I was like, I'm not like that. I felt like it was a regular hangover.
Mhm.
So it was really just that period of time that I was like getting very sick.
Oh
Can't get out of bed,
no.
like please no one talk to me, look at me, like I can't move. And I can't stop throwing up. Like
I'm trying to remember one of the last times I saw you where you were hungover as fuck and you couldn't like participate in the stuff. I can't think of it right now, but like
Chicago. I was like, y'all go ahead, please leave me.
yes, it was. I was like, damn, Liz, we have 48 hours to rally, get that but I don't blame you because I was almost deceased too. I was literally right there with you, but I had to
That's
return
why I
that car.
really just
I had to get up early and shit to return that car.
you were dying.
I was like, please, someone drive with me. Everyone was like,
Literally. I was
oh
like, I
man.
can't even open my eyes, please. And that's why I did not drink that much in New York.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
You
even
was
know if I
keeping it
drank.
good.
Yeah.
You was keeping it classy. Let's not
Yeah.
even talk about New York because that boat over.
Oh my
I was
God.
literally put me in the water. I've had too much to drink and too much fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Throwing up over the boat. But that was iconic.
it was.
The
It
photos
was.
from that night are the funniest photos of you that
I
anyone has
literally
ever taken.
took
It's
my
so
braids out and everything. I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I can't I can't eat, breathe, sleep, think. That was funny. And that, honestly, that was damn near the catalyst for me because I was like, I got to get it together. I
really.
got to get it. Yes, because once I came back home after my birthday thing, I was like, okay, that was fun. I was drinking a lot. I got fucked up, but it didn't seem like an era like how Chicago, like when for my graduation in May,
Yeah.
that felt like we were there. It happened. I can move on and like live life. But when I did it again, literally for my birthday, I was like, this is who I am. It almost felt like a part
Oh.
of me. And I was like, that's not who I want to be.
Mm.
I don't want to be the guy fucking tilted over the side of the boat, thrown up into what the fuck, a river or what is that? Is that the fucking Atlantic Ocean? Like, I don't even know. The Hudson
Don't
Bay. I
know
don't even
what
know.
that is.
But I
Hudson
don't want
Bay,
to be
maybe. I
him.
don't
Right?
know. That sounds right.
I can't. Um, there was something else I was going to say, but I forgot.
Mm. The way you were sitting on that rock afterwards with your legs looking very long was the funniest way I've ever seen you in my life. Trench coat with bunny ears,
Money in a fucking vest and booty shorts.
braids out completely.
Bunny tail missing, hanging off. I'm just like, I wish somebody got a photo. That would have been fucking hilarious.
It's imprinted in my brain.
I was
There,
so
so.
miserable. Fucking boots. Just got
Oh my God.
Ooh, but that was the time. That was the time.
Man, it really was. It really
There's
was.
something else that you mentioned. You didn't mention it, but like it's making my brain go. And I feel as though it is easier to drink less when you are in a relationship than when you are like actively dating. Because I was drinking hella, like going on dates and stuff,
Yep.
hanging out with different guys and things. I'm like, drink, drink, drink. But I think for you, you're like, I'm in love and I'm at home. And that's all I need.
I'm not gonna lie, like during COVID time, like since COVID happened in 2020, like the singles have been down fucking bad.
True. Yeah.
It's I talk about it all the time because I'm like, me and my girl got together 2020, so
Hmm.
it's like I didn't really have to go through that a lot of like, being single during the pandemic, not being able to date, like not being able, to do a lot of things and having a whole what 2 or 3 years where dating was not normal,
Right.
and I just didn't have to experience that. So I definitely think that that comes with what's going on and how I'm able to just very easily not have to drink or go out,
Fair.
because that's one of the only ways to socialize our age
Exactly.
is like, let me go to the club, let me, find
Exactly.
somebody. Definitely.
As you are kind of on this sober adjacent journey, this Misty Quarter 1, have you
Hmm.
discovered anything new about yourself?
Oh, that's good. That's a good question. Yes, definitely. So something I talked about in therapy recently
Mm-hmm.
was how back in the day, in 2020 or so,
Mm-hmm.
I was living alone and I had so many goals, or let's just say coming out of college, you
Okay.
know, coming out of college, I had so many goals that I wanted to accomplish, but my brain, my body, like how depressed I was, how anxious I was, how much I was drinking, that kind of stuff, like I just wasn't able to be productive and just be the person I wanted to be. And I think now that I'm looking back, I realize that, like, I would not have, because sometimes I still hold guilt for
Mm-hmm.
not, like, achieving a lot of things in this
Yeah.
time period. I'm like, "Damn, it's been, like, 5 years, like, what have I achieved?"
Yeah.
But at the same time, I look back and I'm like, first of all, like, I've achieved so much within getting out of that depression, getting out of that anxiety, and
Mhm.
being at the place I am professionally and in my love life, like,
Yeah.
and just being super secure in myself, and I finally feel like I have, like, peace in my mind and, like, I'm not lonely and, just
Yeah.
sitting there like, "Damn, what is life?" So I realize now that, like, I needed that time to be able to do that. I needed that time to come to where I am now,
Mm.
where at this point in time, I'm like, okay, I can really like actually start working on the things that I've been dreaming about since, 5 years ago,
Facts.
and just take that pressure off of myself and let myself live and be like, I didn't have to do everything all in 5 years. I've got
Fair.
literally a whole life ahead of me.
Right. That's good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's good. And it shows.
And
I see it too.
thank you. And I learned I just can't do shots. Just don't put a shot in front of me.
That's
Don't do it.
true. That's true. You have denied the shots.
I will regurge.
Have.
Like, what is it? Why? Why? Like,
True.
why do we put that into a glass and then
I
put it
don't
in our mouths
know.
and swallow? Why do we do that?
I don't know. I was just looking at videos of us driving the boat in 2019, and I was like, when Blaine bought that huge ass bottle, like the size of my head of that
Oh,
Henny.
yes.
Yeah. Can't do that today though. Not. It's not in the cards. It's not in the cards. Not in the cards.
Yeah. I think we did a little bit in New York. We did a
It's
little bit.
true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
But just enough. And that's the thing
Yeah.
where it's like we can still have all of those fun times and we can still buy a bottle of Henny and do
Yeah.
the things we need to do, but I'm more so like give me 2 shots max. Like,
Hmm.
I'm not trying to get fucked up anymore. And that's the thing too, like I always talk about like tripping on mushrooms or acid or all of that. Like that shit scares me. Being out of
Oh,
control like that and the feeling of being out of control when you're
never.
drunk,
Okay.
it's just It's not okay. Like not kind of like not knowing what you're doing almost, or like
Yeah,
it's almost like you're watching yourself do the
it's
actions when you're
true.
really fucked up and you're like, what am I even doing? But also
True.
I'm still moving forward and doing it, you know?
Who am I? But fuck it.
Literally.
Yeah, it's like my brain is on, but my body's not when I'm drunk.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a good point.
Hmm.
Has well, I think I know the answer to that. It's me looking at some questions that I had. Well, that wraps up. No, I'm just kidding. This is my last question. How has your journey changed the way you see alcohol or interact with alcohol?
Mm, I alcohol is so interesting, I feel, because it is such a major part of all of our lives, like
Yes,
in the sense of like you go anywhere really, you know,
it's
not anywhere,
there.
but maybe it's because I live in Wisconsin, but
It's true.
you
Drink
know, I feel
responsibly.
like yeah, literally, like I feel like it's everywhere. You go out to eat, you do this, you do that. Like alcohol is just there, and there's so much of it.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that we even have an option to, you know, the idea that a bar is literally just a place with stools and liquor. Like that's insane. And that's just what it is. We're going
Yeah.
to drink. That's what we're doing
Yeah.
is pretty crazy to me with how it affects your body and just how you know, just compared to weed too. It's like we've gone this long and like we've pushed this hard to get weed legalized, and the comparison of the two, I feel like alcohol like really fucks your body up, you know, or can fuck
Mhm.
your body up. We'll leave weed over there and you know, whatever the
Uh-huh.
fuck that does to you. But I just feel like alcohol is like so bad and so much worse and can really fuck you up, you know?
Yeah.
So why is it just there? I just don't really understand it.
I don't either. I wonder if it's kind of like a ploy to keep civilization distracted from shit that's going on in real life. I don't
Thousand
know.
percent.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel the same though. I feel the same. I feel the same now, especially. Kind of, it's
Yeah.
like everywhere. And even with, like, I would go out to lunch with my friends or my family, and they'd be like, "Can I get an alcoholic beverage?" Right? And I'd be like, "So now we're just drinking for no reason." But maybe that's me because it was no in between for me. It was 0 or
Oh,
100, you know? So
yeah.
like I couldn't drink to feel a little tipsy. Like there was no need for me to have one glass of wine. I need five.
Oh, yeah.
So I think when I look at that now, it's kind of like I'm either going to get fucked up. Not even that. I think I've kind of moved away from that. And it's like I can
Hmm.
have like one or two and that be the 100 that I'm used to, you know? So I think for me, it's I've noticed that it's everywhere. It's everything everywhere all at all at once. Like it's just and it's too ingrained in our culture where it's like we wake up it's in the coffee. You know, like you said,
Exactly.
it's at the dinner table, the lunch table, it's at a party, it's a social gathering, it's something easy to do, it's in the dating life, it's just it's everywhere. So I think it's caused me to see that as not normal, which is okay for me, but and it's okay for anybody else that's like drinking all the time, doing whatever they want to do, as long as they're not like an alcoholic, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm like, wow, I was drinking a lot for no reason, and I won't anymore.
Yeah.
I won't anymore.
And you on your fitness journey and stuff too is like, and just us getting older, you know, I always say too, once I've turned 30, I'll start taking care of myself type deal, you know?
Enjoy this last year. It's not even a year
Honestly,
anymore.
I got five
I
months.
know.
It's scary.
You oldie.
But, um, goddamn, I lost my train of thought again. Hmm? I forgot
What?
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What did you say?
I said it's kind of everywhere and everything all at once.
Oh yeah. So you're kind of pissed that it's everywhere of like,
Yeah.
why is this got to be so difficult? Like, that's not fair.
Yes. Yes. It's funny
Stop putting it in
because
front of me.
I wrote a poem. It's like a little short poem last November. And I was like, I'm going to go sober. I'm going to go pretty much this dry January, but in November. And then the first line of the poem is like, how do you motherfuckers stay sober? Because I lost like after like a weekend and I was like, what the fuck? So
Yeah.
I don't, I mean, now I get it, but now it feels easy. It feels just too easy. Be like, nah, I don't really need to. I don't need to drink at all. If I'm being honest, it feels like a choice to drink now, and I think that's where I was trying to get, like where it didn't
Yeah.
feel like the only option, or like I had to do it because it was Friday and I hate my job and like life sucks, and
Oh,
like all those things could still be true.
yeah.
But now I'm like, I could drink, but I don't need to, and I'm
Yeah.
grateful for that.
Honestly. Yeah, definitely. And
Last,
let me not say that like I'm having such an easy time, because
okay,
I feel very similarly to that, as you know, it's difficult not to drink, you know? It's
yeah.
so easy to pour up a little mixed drink and make it and it tastes good, but then it's just downhill from there. So body wise for me.
I wonder if it's going back to the single life versus kind of being in a relationship, kind of being at home all the time. Not all the time,
Mm-hmm.
but being less social. So for me, drinking is only when I'm being social, but for you, your social life is kind of combined ish to your love life. So like you said, like I
Yeah.
could pour up a mixed drink and do that, but like for me, it's like I'm not about to pour up a mixed drink and just be like in the house like by myself
Yeah.
drinking it. Like I have to be engaging with somebody else, and that feels easier for me to not engage than it would be for you, because you're like, my partner's literally right here, the
Mm-hmm.
bestie's kind of right here too. Like maybe your partner could even have friends over, and it's like, I will drink a couple of beers with you also. I can see that.
You live alone. I feel
I
like that's
do.
such a game changer of how self-aware you can be living alone, but also how you have no one holding you accountable, you know?
It's true.
Because I know damn well if I'm like, oh, I really want to not drink, and I go 3 times, Heaven's immediately like, so you said, you know, like after the third
Right.
time, she's like, first time, she's like, okay, let me just remind you, you
Yeah.
know, by the third time, she's like, okay, what's going on? You said you were gonna do this, so what have you used to like stay accountable, hold yourself accountable, and how did you get through dry January? Did we already speak about that?
That's a good question. I think we didn't. For me, it I have a good friend who was kind of like, all right, he was getting on his creative shit, and we were like talking a lot more around like in December going into January, and he was like, I don't know, it was very inspirational to me. I knew I had goals surrounded by creative creative goals, and similar to what you were saying, like, oh, like 5 years ago I thought I would be here doing this, doing that, and then I don't know, it's like I woke up in December and was like, well, why am I not?
Mm,
And then I think I knew the answer, because it was like, because you're wasting time drinking a lot and you're scared to do the things. So then I was like, well,
oh,
or it felt like I wasn't going to be all that, it wasn't going to be all that it was caked up to be. Like I wasn't going to live up to my own expectations. But then I was like, the only way I could find out is if I do. So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna get me a personal trainer. I'm gonna get my body together, which involves me not drinking as much or not drinking at all. And then I had this health assessment too in November, late November, mid December. And they were like, all right, so it says per month you make 100 choices that gets you further away of your your body, well, like how you want to be physically. And I was like, 100 choices. It was like, yeah, this the junk food, the coffee, the shots, the this, like you choose to do that 100 times a month. And I was like, fuck no. So then I realized that alcohol was a big contributor to like me not being where I wanted to be physically. I was feeling just kind of down all the time when I was drinking, so I was like, I need to get that out of there. And it was also contributing to me being hungover on the weekends. And if the weekends are when I have my most free time, I'm not being
oh,
creative. Is
yep.
the podcast ever going to come back, or am I going to be hungover for 8 hours and then go back out and do the same thing? So it
Mm-hmm.
was like I had to make a change. So I'm thankful for my homie Alante, because he helped my black ass out, got me more in my creative bag. So I started spending my weekends pretty much in the house, writing more poetry, trying to perfect my craft, doing more podcast things. So I just spent my time differently, and I did go out
Mm-hmm.
those couple times. I even went to a birthday party, and everyone was like, "Shots!" Like, and every time something like random happened, like those type of games, like if someone says shots or something, if
Yep.
everybody had to take one, I was like, "Wow, here's me with this non-alcoholic wine that was
I was
dry
about to
as
say, yeah, I was like, did you bring that non-alcoholic wine?
that shit was dry. I was like, this is pointless. But I will say it made sense to be drinking something, like engaging with something to drink
Mhm.
versus just being there and not doing anything. Because I was like, well, at
Yeah.
least I'm participating. I'm not getting fucked up, but I'm doing something. So
Hmm.
so we laughed. But I couldn't do no like best friend. Like if it was your birthday today, I'd be like, oh fuck no. Bring out the gin,
Oh
bring out the
yes.
Kahlua, so I'm grateful that
Oh
my friend's
yes.
birthday has fallen into February because I would have lost. I think I wouldn't have made it, maybe. I don't know.
I feel that. I feel that. Because then you're like, I got to drink for you,
Exactly. Exactly. It is
in
about you.
celebration. Yep,
Mhm.
exactly. One thing you said that really caught my ear was the fact that it is a choice.
Yes. Now.
Like, I feel like I go throughout my day and I'm like, I have no choice in, like whether
Exactly.
I do this or whether I don't. Like, I just really want to, so I may as well. But this year, I feel like is really about that's another thing I feel like I learned about myself is I have to take accountability for
Oop,
everything that I choose to do
oop.
and start doing more things rather than just saying I'm going to do them.
You
And
said it.
that goes hand in hand with let me not put the pressure on myself of feeling shame and guilt, but let me just move forward and say, that's okay that I didn't do it yesterday, but let's make sure to do it today,
Mhm.
and make that choice. Even if you made a bad choice yesterday, just make a better choice today and move forward because it doesn't help to beat yourself up and make yourself feel like shit because you didn't do something.
Facts. You said it. You said
Mhm.
it with that shit. It's a day by
Mhm.
it's day to day. It's day to day.
Exactly. Any
It's day to day.
goal is really, am I choosing to do it today? Let me choose to do it today.
Fair.
And another thing that I read recently was um instead of saying like, I can't clean my house because I'm feeling really tired. Instead of
Mhm.
saying I can't do that because this, instead say I am going to clean my house even though I feel tired.
Mm.
And I feel like that is going to make all the difference in my life.
Come on, reframing.
I know, I know.
We see you.
Thank you.
We see you. We see you. We see us.
I know.
We've come such a long way. It's funny.
I know.
It's
How
funny.
we always talk about how long we known each other now.
I
Since
know. Well, we got 10 years now for sure.
yeah, it's over 10
Yeah,
years.
I think it's 11.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
2025. Okay, going on the 11th
Oh no, I
year.
guess we're almost like going on the 12th then.
Oh yeah, that's true. 2013 is when we
Yeah.
met. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Two freshmen
I know, crazy. I'm
shaking
like,
the
I know
house
her.
down.
Right. Well, Liz, do you have any last words about your dry January or your sobriety journey or your Misty quarter one?
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this and you feel super inspired by this, go ahead and do a dry March or a dry June or whatever
Hmm.
you want to do. And even if you don't do the whole month, do 2 weeks. And even if
Right.
you decide to drink today, just don't drink tomorrow.
Hmm.
If like if you can do it, do it. And if you feel like you're gonna like feel like shit, if you don't do it, then
Right.
go ahead and do it today and then start that goal again tomorrow. And I feel like that's just the progress of working through and being successful.
That was
And I feel good.
good.
I'm proud of myself for where I've come, where I am. And I'm
I
very
know.
proud of you for because dry January is very tough. And
Once.
I just feel like going from where you were,
Yeah.
going out and getting litty and drinking those 5,000 calories,
Right.
every weekend, like that's a major, major change that you were able to kind of just like flip the switch and do. But this is
Right.
not the first time I've seen you do that because
Yeah.
you spent that whole semester not drinking, not doing anything, going to bed early,
I did.
being on your shit.
I
So,
was. I forgot about that.
mhm. So don't forget about your discipline because you're one of the most disciplined people I know.
That is so true. You know what's
Yeah.
interesting? A couple of times, we're coming on the 10-minute mark, so we gotta get to this last segment. But a couple of times in the month of January, three different friends, three, they were like, "Bro, you are so inspiring," and I was like, and it happened like within like a couple of days of each other, And I was like, I mean, I'm just out here. I'm doing the same shit that I've been doing. They were like, no, but like, you just have so many different eras. Like, your discipline. Like, when you want to do something, you actually accomplish it. Like, even if you stumble and fall, you get back up and you keep trying and you keep doing.
Oh
And
yeah.
like, I was like, damn, you know what? I really fucking do. I do, and I'm thankful for I'm thankful for people like you. You know what I mean? I'm thankful for my girl Pearl. Thankful for Amuche, Candice, like all the people that have contributed to like who I am, and I guess kind of like make me a better person through friendships, through deep conversations, and actually wanted to see more for myself.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So, because now I finally want it for myself too. I've been wanting it, but now it feels different. Like this dry January has added a whole new level to me. And
Oh
I'm
yes.
happy. I'm happy about that. So similar to what you said, if y'all are thinking about going sober adjacent, take it one day at a time, and think about why you want to do it, and think long and think hard, and maybe even write it down, because I think that's what it was for me. Until I performed those poems a couple of times and really starting to internalize how people viewed me, I was like, that's not who I am, and that's not who I want to be. So
Yeah. I love that. I love that because I feel like we do not even like see the good things that other people see within us
right,
that are just our identities of you're kind, you're hardworking, you're all of these
right,
things. But you feel like that's not me, like, because
right.
I didn't accomplish this thing I wanted to accomplish. But
Hmm.
that doesn't take away from who we are and our character and the strong, the strong qualities we have.
Agreed.
Hmm.
Well, that wraps up the interview portion of Dry January. We have two more segments left to this episode, and I'm about to introduce a new one that's right fucking now called Throw It in Rotation, or In the Mix, or This Is What's Spinning, or I Played This Song Today, or Welcome to the Playlist. It's a working fucking title. So we're going to talk about what we've been listening to. We're just going to talk about a couple of songs. I'll go first. One of the songs is See China. That's the artist. The song is called Peggy. That is
Okay.
my fucking song. British lady, kind of like the British version of Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh.
I just discovered her in December. I've posted like that I've been listening to the song a couple of times, but I don't know what it is about like female rap I just love. And a lot of people be trying to hate on it. I don't know, maybe like a lot of men, or even like a lot of women too. They're like, ew, like stop it, bodies, sexuality, sexual sex. And I'm like, I like that shit. But I think one of my favorite lines from the song is, I'm pegging your man in the back of the bus. And I'm like, okay, she is doing the pegging to the man. We love sexual exploration. We love men who admit they like to get their butthole stimulated.
We do.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
More men need to get into butt play.
That's true.
That's my take. I mean, I think the G spot is in the anus area. If I'm not mistaken.
So they say.
So they say. So that's my first song that I've been playing all the time. How about you? What's your first jam?
Oh, I love that one. I've definitely been on all females, mostly females.
Yeah.
So first song is definitely what's the one? Let's see. Oh, My Turn by SZA.
Is that one of the new ones?
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And just that entire album. Okay, just that entire album has been so good. Every SZA album I listen top to bottom. It's so motherfucking good. I love SZA so much. Also go see that movie with Kiki because with Issa Rae who produced it. Oh my gosh, so good. I love SZA so much.
Me too. She still has me blocked on Instagram. I don't know why.
What?
I know.
You posted a comment, right, or something?
I think I liked a comment about somebody commenting negatively about something about SZA, and then since then I've been blocked. And you know what I think it was? Remember that video of the girl singing kind of like SZA?
Yes.
There was a lot of comments in there, and I think I liked one of them. And since then, I have not been able to see her posts.
Like, so you low key feel salty about SZA?
But I love her down. What's your favorite lyric in
Okay.
that song, though?
Oh shit. Let's see. Let me look up the lyrics right now.
Take your time. Take your time.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think the whole chorus is just so, so, so good because it's literally talking about like, it is my turn to motherfucking be the bad guy in this relationship. It's my turn to
Ooh.
literally do the hurting. It's my turn to bear the burden of being the shit person. Like, let me be on the other side for once. Let me stop being in this same position where my motherfucking partner is fucking me over, my ex is fucking me over, and let me be the motherfucking bad guy this time. And
Okay.
also, I was gonna mention Drive off of the same album.
Okay. You said you are your
Drive.
sis a bag.
Oh my God, I love SZA so much. She's my favorite. Like just number one artist, definitely. But Drive, the entire song, just the vibe, like it's very much like Good Days vibe almost,
Ah,
where
that
it's
was my
just like
shit.
you just float through the entire song. But Drive is like even better. Have you listened to that one yet?
I haven't. I only listened to like
Oh,
one of the songs, and that's the one with Kendrick Lamar.
okay, yeah, 30 for 30. That
Mhm.
one's very, very good. But listen to Drive because it's so, so, so good.
Okay. I will do
Hmm.
that. I will do that. I'm gonna do one last song
Okay.
as we wrap. And this is kind of like it's like a rock song, but I saw it on Instagram like in November, and I was like, "Oh, who's that guy?" He was a black dude who I thought was queer at first. I mean, I'm just rooting for everybody to be queer, but I don't think he
But yeah.
is. And the song is called "Broken Heart" by Jer Faria. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And one thing you just don't hear often is black men doing like rock, I guess. And this is like a
Yeah.
soft rock, and he sounds good as fuck. I love the song. Everybody should go listen to it. My favorite part of the song is like the last minute of the song because he's like singing. You know how rock people kind of be like, "This is the end," like for a while of the song,
Yeah.
But toward the end, he's like belting. And
Oh.
there's something like "turn my body into art." I think that's one of the lines, and I'm like, hold on, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
He kind of ate. If he
Mm-hmm.
wrote that, you ate. They ate.
He kind of looks like Steve Lacy. I'm looking
He
him up
does.
now.
He does. I
Mm-hmm.
think he sounds better than Steve though. And
Oh,
I like Steve
okay.
Lacy, but
Yeah.
it's something. It's I don't know his whole thing, and it looks like he's not even trying. So I'm like, oh,
Oh,
he fucking is. So I'm on the lookout for him. He's a new artist. I want to see where he
cute.
goes.
I love a good voice. That's a good male voice too is always so good.
I agree. Liz, it says
Hmm.
we have 40 seconds. Any final words, bitch?
Oh God. Listen to the Smino album too, dear friend. That's my shit.
Okay. I hope y'all heard that. Liz, I love you down.
I love you. This has been amazing.
I'm
Always
literally
love
going to
seeing
call
you.
you right after this.
Yes.
I hope
I got
y'all
my
enjoyed.
Scorpio cup with the coffee just for you.
Thank you.
Of
I'm here
course.
just for you. Oh, I'm
Cheers to
wearing
the
your shirt too.
listeners. I
Yes, yes.
know.
Y'all
Every
stay
nigga does
sober.
deserve everything in their lives.
Yes,
Love
y'all
you
niggas
all.
deserve sobriety and alcohol at the same time.
Hmm.
Both and, to quote my girl Amuche.
And good sex, always.
That's true. That's true. Prep for the gays. Oh, for
Yes.
everybody. For everybody.
Hmm. Hmm.
Bye, y'all.